Welcome to my Nature Boy guitar lesson in chord melody style. Hi my diligent little jazz beats around the globe. Sandra Sherman here. Greetings from Austria. You can download the tabs from the link down below in the description box. Please also visit my lesson shop Guitarversum.com for more lesson material like this one. And now let's get started. We're in the key of E minor and we have an A1 and an A2 section. Each of these sections is 16 bars long, but we play this song rubato, which means it's freely played in tempo. You can speed up and slow down, and that's what you should do actually for more dynamics, as you like. So those bar numbers are to be taken, not too seriously. So we start with an E minor 7 chord. You have the tabs below in the link below in the info box. Start with the B here, and then I strum through the entire E minor 7 chord. 7, 9, 7, 8, 7. Then I go back, and then the pinky adds the E. And now I have a lot of space, a huge gap till the next melody tone. And there's two ways, actually there's more ways, but in my song, not in my song, unfortunately, but in my arrangement, I use two ways to fill that gap. One is picking the notes as it lays here. And now I pick, just pick through the strings one by one. A string, D string, G string, B string. Then I take a chromatic passing note, the F, that takes me to the F sharp, right? Now it's F sharp half diminished, 9, 10, 9, 10. And there's still no melody here. So I play the A string, D string, upper 2 strings. And now we have a melody, one to the left on the 9th fret. Play that a little louder so it kind of is more audible noticeable as a melody tone, leading us to the B7 chord. 7, 7, 8, 7, 8, 10, that's the melody. B7 flat 9, 7, 8, 7, 8, in the shape of a diminished chord. And that takes us back to the E minor 7 chord. now for the second type of fill. The first one was just picking through the strings. Now I don't want to do that again. So I create a melody on my own that leads me to the next either melody tone or any other next chord tones, okay? And that's my melody that I created. And this is the E harmonic minor scale, right? So 8, 7, 9, 8, 9, 10, 7. And this leads me to the next F sharp half diminished bass note in this case. I could have gone to a melody note, but again, there is no melody note here. So now I pick the chord again. You can use any rhythm pattern you like, any picking pattern, just fill that gap. And now we have the melody on the B altered chord again. That's a D sharp diminished chord, stands for B. Here would be the root for B, B7 flat 9. I have a video on how diminished chords substitute for or actually are altered chords, right? So did I say the tones? 6, 7, 5, 7. And to another F sharp, to another diminished chord, this time F sharp diminished, because diminished chords repeat themselves all 3 frets. That is so cool, right? And another 3, so we get to A diminished. And we have all the melody notes in here, right? And that resolves back to E minor 7. I take advantage, that's why I chose the key of E. Often it's played in D minor. But for copyright reasons and because I like to have the advantage of the open E string, I move this to E. So E, open E string, 12, 12, 12 gives us an E minor 7, and high E string. E minor major 7, such a cool sound. I also chose the 6th in there. It's actually an E minor major 13. 11, 12, 12, 11. Mute that A string with your index finger by touching it. Then E minor 7 again. The D and the E minor 6 with the lower E string again, touch the A string. 9, 9, 8, 9. Right? Then we go to A minor. Now you need to keep this E string from ringing by touching the A, by going into the A string, and your thumb mutes the still ringing E string. Okay, 5, 5, 5, 5. That's A minor 7. 8th fret. And now I do a little embellishment of the melody. That's 7, 8, 7 hammer pull, and the A. Back to E minor 7. And that E, right? And that was it. And here is phrase number 1 at slow tempo for you. If you're into chord melody style playing, check out my chord melody starter pack with 5 easy lessons from my YouTube channel packed into one single package with all the lesson material in there that you need for best value. Check it out. I have a link up here and down below in the description box. All right, here in the next 4 bars, we go over to an F sharp half diminished. We have a 2, 5. Here again, F sharp half diminished, but this time it's not this chord, but an inversion because I need the F sharp on top. So we have the C in bass here, then A, E, and the F sharp on top. Then the melody goes back to the A, so that's a D string. B7 sharp 5, it's 5 chord, 7, 8, 8, 7, here is the root B, 10th fret, go down to D sharp diminished again, that's B7 flat 9 as we know already, and now we have 2 bars of a B altered chord. How do we fill that? With a line, because everything else is, I don't know. So here's my line. Okay, this seems to be a little tricky at first. It's not really that hard as it looks. All it is, it's a B7 arpeggio with a chromatic. So here's the 7th of the chord, chromatic, and here's the root. Then to the 3rd, but I have a little blues note in there. So going from the minor 3rd to the major 3rd. That's what you have in blues kind of stuff and dominant licks often. And now I have, this is a kind of a gypsy line actually, gypsy jazz line. That's the flat 9 now. Going to the sharp 9, hammer, pull, and slide to the root. So if you have the root here, memorize this well. This is such an easy trick. Well, I mean, technically maybe a little tricky in the beginning, but from the notes, it's really easy to memorize. If you have an altered chord, just go 1 and 2 up and go back. And then the A. So we're in E harmonic minor scale, B, HM5. And now I take it a little slower. That's again E harmonic minor scale. Pull off. Okay, you go from here to here. That's a flat 9. What I'm having in mind here is that diminished chord for the B altered, right? And then it takes me back to the melody. Okay, let me repeat that slowly for you. Let's go on. Melody, E minor 7, like in the beginning. And then I add a chord fill. That's actually the 3rd way to do a fill, to add some chords. That's not the melody. That's just a melody I created and I added some chords. So it's some chord melody fill. E minor 7, inner 4 strings. Then the 7, which is the 9th of the chord. Move your pinky, E minor 7 again, move your pinky in, and play the whole chord. You can also go just hit the E minor chord once and only play the melody afterwards. It doesn't matter really. But I strum the chord every other time. And that was it. Here's phrase number 2 at slow tempo. And here are the last 4 or 5 bars of the A1 section. We start with an E minor fill, still no melody in here. So I play a low E string, the upper 4 or 3 strings as harmonics. You just touch the strings ever so slightly and then above the 12th fret, exactly above the 12th fret, not to the left, not to the right. And don't press it, just touch it. Strum through all 3 or 4 upper strings. Then on the 7th, this is more difficult. And the 5th is really difficult. You have to hit it really hard, right? So. And that's like an E minor 7 chord, because the open strings on the guitar are an E minor 7 11 chord, but I don't play the 11, which would be the A string. So E minor 7, and now mute the strings by placing my middle finger, index finger on the 8th fret of the D string. That's the melody note, and then I shape an F sharp 7 flat 9 chord around it. 9, 8, 9, 8 by barring, ring finger, and then I go to an B flat diminished or A sharp diminished. That's the same thing again as an F sharp 7 flat 9 chord. Right? 6, 5, 6. And then I fill the gap to the next melody note by playing an A sharp diminished arpeggio. From this tone, just minor thirds. Those are all minor thirds. 5, 7, 4, and then 6 and 4. Right? This is a hammer and pull again. 6, 8, 5, 7, 4, 6, 4. And that takes me to the B7. You can play it like this, or I bar it. 7, 7, 8. Then the 7th of the B string. That's just B7. And then again a fill. I play a fill in the E harmonic minor scale. I just play C, B, F sharp, C, B, F sharp, C, B, F sharp, C, B, 4 times, while the rest of the chord's still ringing. Get louder and quieter. That's really dynamic. Another fill, second bar. Again, we had this before. Scale, and now the chord. That's a B flat triad. Here's the 7th of the chord. Then the chromatic again, and I go up the triad again. Those are 16th actually. Then while this keeps ringing, I add the bass note with my thumb, the B. That's it, and then I have the melody note that leads me to the beginning again. Okay, so let's play those 4-5 bars. If you like the content of my channel and you want to help to keep the free video tutorials running, please consider becoming a member of my channel. You can do so by clicking the join button right next to the subscribe button, which grants you access to my mini lessons here on YouTube. Thanks so much. Welcome to the A2 section. Please repeat phrase number 1 first and then go to this phrase number 3, which is the second ending. We now have a C sharp half diminished, 4, 5, 4, 5. And to fill the gap, I play a short picking pattern, A, D, and then I go backwards, B, G, D string. Then I have the melody tone, the B flat or A sharp. Then I shape an F sharp altered chord around. It's a little tricky. If you can't play it with your thumb, then just play the upper half. That's totally okay. F sharp in the bass, then mute the A string by touching it with your index. Then you have 2, 3, 3, 3. F sharp 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, flat 9, sharp 5. Then to the F sharp, G diminished, which is the same as the F sharp 7 flat 9. 3, 2, 3, 2. Right? Again, I repeat. Make sure that the C sharp is heard. Going to the B7 altered, B in bass, that's the melody. It should be up here. I transposed it down, because then I can have it ring into the chord. 7, 8, 8, 7. Then a B string, right? sharp diminished, that's a B7 flat 9 again. We had this. Last chord, E minor 7. 7, 5, 7, 5. This is the melody tone at the end, the root. And in ballads, of course, you don't leave it like that. You play some noodling around, and my noodling around is a little run in E harmonic minor. So that's 9, 10, 7, 9, 8. Here's the harmonic minor note, 9, 8, 7. It's E minor triad, major, E minor major 7. Slide into the root, because you want to have the melody, the root at the end again. While this rings, play the E in bass. Okay, here's the last phrase at slow tempo. Please check out my chord melody playlist if you want to learn many more jazz standards in the solo guitar style. Please give this video a fat thumbs up so it gets ranked higher by the algorithm. And I hope to see you next week. Servus, bye bye.